Hello.
Sorry I'm late.
Hey.
Sorry
How we
I'm late.
doing?
Happy days. Happy days.
Hey. Party hard or not?
Are you recording? It
I
says
have
it says
I've set it to record. Have you got to record
yeah.
anything at your side?
I don't do I need to do that? No,
It might ask your permission.
I put send request. So you'll get a request now.
Allow recording. Okay. Now, on the screen, you're above me. How's it looking on yours?
Uh oh no, I we're not next to each. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm above you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I
Happy to
haven't
hear
managed to
that.
work out the side to side yet, but give me time. You know what I mean? It's a new dawn. It's a new day. New
It's
things
a
are
new
happening.
dawn, it's a new day. It's
That's
really
how it is.
exciting. My best one of my best mates has just got elected to parliament, and she lives in Cornwall, and I live about half an hour from London, and so this is great because it means that I can go and see her in Westminster
Hey, excellent, excellent. I mean, hey, did you pull an all-nighter? Were you up all night?
all night. Were you?
Yeah, 3 o'clock. I went to bed at 10, got a little bit of kip, up at 3. You got to maximize. You know what I mean? You gotta go all in. There's sometimes you just gotta go, hey, I'm here. This is
I'm gonna
this
do
is what
it.
it's about.
I'm gonna do
You
it.
gotta you gotta watch the landscape changing.
I was on the diet cokes. I was fueling up with caffeine.
Oh,
So yeah, yeah. Good day. It's a good day. We
did you
needed
meet
a
any
change.
candidates? Did any candidates come knocking on your door? Any reform candidates, Labour or Liberal, whatever?
No,
Hey, I
no.
tell you, Labour worked really hard for my vote. They
Did they?
worked real like I had a dog guy knock on my door. And I said like, hey, I mean, it's a conservative area. That's how it is. I'm just going like, hey, well, Labour. I've been a big fan for a long time, but the Diane Abbott business, I can't the way she was treated, and you let some dodgy conservatives in. I was not happy. He says, can I put you down as a probable then? I said, hey. So he goes off, right?
That was bad how she was treated. That was bad.
Exactly. So he goes off, right? Couple of
That
days
was
later,
I
couple of
know.
days later,
That,
there's a knock on my door, right? There's two, uh, no, three door knockers and the prospective Labour MP at my door going like, hey, I hear that you're like on the fence. He goes, he's giving it like, um, hey, I've been involved in politics a while. Like when I used to work for Tony Blair, I used to work for Valerie, I can't remember her surname, like the first black woman in the cabinet, blah 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 blah, blah. Laying it on thick. Anyway, then like I said, okay, I'm hearing the message. I'm hearing the message. You might have me there, right? And then a couple of days he disappears. A couple of days later, I got a couple of leaflets through the door, like because I told him what time I vote, right? Like 7 in the morning. I got a couple of leaflets through the door going like, you can vote between 7 and 10. Yeah, get yourself down there. So it's like they worked really hard, right? Never saw any reform candidates knocking on my door. Conservative people didn't knock on my door. Cut a long story short, the Conservatives won by 2,000 votes in my area. Everywhere around me is Labour, except for that. Where I am is Conservative.
same here.
But I got a
I didn't
friend,
vote.
a
I
friend in
didn't vote.
Derby, got it in the Derbyshire area, and there's four reform candidates, right? Four reform MPs. Two of them are around her area. She just texted me going like expletives, reform, expletive. I said,
They are the BNP wearing perfume.
they, there's
They
no
are
change.
bad
There's no.
people.
I saw an interview with I saw an interview with Nigel Farage, and like the question was put to him like, "Aren't you just the BNP?" He goes like, "No, because of his
Yeah.
actions, he eradicated the BNP." He said something like, "You just said it. You just said it right there." It's just like you just new set of clothes. BNP, Reform, UKIP, Brexit, same thing, different outfit.
Yeah, they've just got perfume.
Yeah,
They've got perfume and slightly smarter clothes. That's it. They're bad people.
People are going on about like, hey, Reform, they got 4 members of parliament, right? But if you look at the detail, they may have 4, but there are 5 independent MPs who stood on that pro-Palestinian Gaza ticket. So there you go. You can talk as much as you like about like Reform, but conversely, you got outnumbered by the pro-Palestinian Gaza side. There you go. That's the way our politics works. But hey,
yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. So when we're talking about happiness, I think even if there's people who are conservative, and I don't know many of them.
You haven't been looking for them. You haven't been searching
They
about.
live around here apparently, but they're not my friends.
When your parents just go like go make friends with the neighbors. Make my friends like you go looking. I'm looking for some conservatives. I'm looking. I wanted some Reform people to knock on my door. I was waiting. Nobody did. I wanted that.
Did you want the argument?
I want to hear them. So come on, then convince me. Because if you want to expand, you gotta converse. Because that's the thing. The spotlight gets shown on Reform now. That's the thing, isn't it? As soon as the spotlight got shone on Reform, it's like a lot of the candidates were like, "Oh, you praise Hitler? Oh, gotta go. Sorry, that's how it is. You said some crazy nonsense. You gotta go." So that's the thing. The scrutiny is now the scrutiny. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I was sitting. I was not every time there was a knock on the door, going like, maybe it's a Reform person. I'm ready. They never did.
I didn't have a single knock on the door. Maybe I was the person supposed to be doing it, but I did my telling yesterday, where you have to stand outside the voting centre and ask for people's number. That was because I represent the. Well, I didn't stand for them, but I do work for the Liberal Democrats, because round here that's the best way to keep Tories.
Yeah. Tactical. Got to get tactical sometimes. That's how it is.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they changed the boundaries, and the Liberal Democrats didn't win, because we did have a Liberal, but now it's gone Conservative again, which is sad. So as I say, all I need to do is walk out.
It's shady nonsense. That's just shady.
It's gerrymandering, yeah.
It's so shady. And I think, you know what? The best thing, right? I think it's going to happen. Like the simplest change, and I think the thing that's going to change things forever is what the Labour Party said they're going to do. Is not only lowering the voting age to 16, which is a fantastic move, but also automatic registration for voting. None of this voter ID.
Yes, you don't have to register. Right. You just be allowed to do it.
Because basically, if you've got a stake, if you have a stake in the outcome, they have to. The politicians have to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
So, so automatically, even if the Conservatives get in, and that's the 16-year-olds get the vote, and it's automatic registration, that means the Conservatives, they have to kind of just go like, oh, pensioners, triple lock. They have to go like, 16-year-olds going, my school's rubbish. They have to, the Conservatives or whoever's in power's got to go like, well, we have to sort that out, because all votes are equal.
Yeah. I couldn't be more with you. But you know what? I think I've said this to you before. I would put the voting age lower than that.
Really?
Yep. And I'll tell you why. There are some good reasons. Firstly, we hold 10-year-olds liable in criminal law. So we can charge them.
Slick move. Well said.
We can charge them in the courts, and we can incarcerate them. So if they are part of the system, they are part of the system. That's my first reason. So we're saying that 10-year-olds know right and wrong.
Right. Okay.
My Second reason is that I ran a Good Citizens Club for 9-year-olds in the local primary school. They understood everything. They understood all the principles. They formed their own political parties and they held a mock election. They all did speeches. They wrote pamphlets. They did posters. They understood it all. My third reason is we don't ask that of any other citizens. We don't ask for a competency test. We
Yeah,
don't say your
yeah,
voice doesn't count if you don't pay tax.
yeah, yeah,
We say you have a vote. You're a citizen, unless you're imprisoned, which I also disagree with. But
yeah.
so I think we should make it 10 because the
I think,
kids are invested. They're
well,
they're part of it.
I hear what you're saying there. It's a hard sell for the 10-year-olds. It's a hard sell. I'm gonna tell you that. But 16, I think we might be able to get away with that.
I'll go with 16, but I'm aiming for 10.
Okay, well hey, you've
Quite
got
a
to go
controversial
incrementally,
view.
incrementally. I see you at 13. I raise it to
13. I
13.
played secondary school, but I work with lots of students, and they should have a voice. It affects them. When someone's going to be in power for 5 years, okay, I would take 13 because then, like 13 to 18, that
Yeah,
is a
but
big deal.
we're talking the same thing. It's like if the people the people in power require your vote for them to remain in power, they're going to do stuff for you, take you seriously.
Yeah.
And from that simple standpoint, that simple viewpoint, then you will then the chance of you having less of this reform nonsense, right? Not sitting on the fence on that one.
Have that. They wouldn't have it. They wouldn't. They have a sense of natural justice and fairness on the whole.
Yeah,
And
so,
the argument, like people will say, "Oh, they'll vote like their parents." Well, people used to say that about women having the vote. Like their husbands can do it for them. Oh yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks. No, they can't.
yeah, because the voting is secret, isn't it? As soon as you get into that,
You can do what you like.
box,
Yeah.
right, you vote for who you like. So that's why
Yeah.
the exit polls are sometimes vastly different. To
Yeah. So there we go. We put the world to rights again, Dominic. That will make everything happier, won't it? I think
absolutely,
the world would be happier if we took more account of what young people say.
absolutely, because they forget that young people become old people and like middle-aged people, and they just think like, oh right, as soon as they hit a certain age, they're going to completely change.
Yeah. I say that to young people. I go, I've been all the ages up to now.
Yeah,
I have been 9, I have been 10, I have been 12, I have been 20.
18 was crazy.
I've done them. So yeah. So important. So some people today are going to have to be resilient.
Absolutely. Oh, whoa. Oh. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Today's topic.
Yeah. Because we were going to talk about resilience, weren't we? You suggested that we talk about how to be resilient. And so I wondered what it meant to you to be resilient. Because you've had to be resilient in your life, man.
Absolutely. But it's one of those things. It's like, right, how do you, it's that thing. How do you get resilient without going through pain? Because they say like, oh, that person's really resilient. Like, yeah, but have you seen what they went through to become resilient? That thing like, what does it maim you? What doesn't hurt you makes you stronger or something. No, or something like to say like, oh, what doesn't kill you. Oh, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Or conversely, I like to say, what doesn't kill you leaves you permanently scarred and maimed.
Yeah. I'm more with the second point of view. I'm more with the second point of view. You shouldn't have to take treatment. However, this is where I think that a really interesting approach is to almost view your life. I would say this because I'm into narrative psychology, but it's like it's part of a story.
Yeah.
And so if you read a lot of stories, you know that the hero, which in your life should be you, is gonna have challenges, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes you will feel like, I don't think so. What I'm saying is like there isn't such a thing as negative emotions. There's just emotions, and sometimes you won't feel good, and
Yeah.
that's when you've got to resist. That's when you've got to push back. Do you reckon?
Yeah, because like I saw, like reading, we all do read research and stuff like that, and like what's worked a lot with prisoners is like, okay, you're a super, you can write your own origin story. So right now is the origin. When you write a story now, you might be 20, 30, 40, 50, 18, or whatever, but in all superhero stories there's an origin story. So your origin, you could be writing your origin story right now for what you're going to become. All that other stuff beforehand, that's just seed stuff. you know and life ain't over yet. So you could be like myself, 58, and going like, oh, like the origin story. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. The reason I'm turning round is because I'm looking for the books about emotions that I've got, like how emotions are made. But there's
Oh,
a really good one called Emotional Agility, and that's really good. But it's probably in my house because I'm in my office.
that's the sort of thing that if I had my act together, we should be putting in, like, when I finally get around to editing this and putting it online, it's like, okay, the links to this book that we talked about in the podcast are here. If you want to do some additional reading from that.
Put those on. I can put those on.
So
The one
yeah.
I'm thinking of is Emotional Agility by Susan David, and it's really good, and I recommend it. It's published by Penguin.
Uh-huh.
It's available in paperback, so it's not too expensive, or on Kindle. Um, so I'm not marketing for her, but it is really good because she is the one who says if you don't feel stuff, like if you don't feel pain, if you want to feel no pain, if you want to feel no stress, you have dead people's goals.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, you are not going to feel anything
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
you will be
absolutely.
dead. So she's saying, like, while you're alive, you're going to feel the range.
Yeah, you have to feel the range of emotions. you know even sometimes, even if it's now, you got to have the joy, you got to have the pain, you got to have the pain to appreciate the joy. you know you that you start, you've seen it before. It's like, okay, some people get given everything, and then when life gets really tough, it's like, go, go. Just go like, seriously. Your problem is this.
Yeah, well, people feel things differently, but I think some people are afraid of feeling
Yeah.
things. Like Dominic, I'm thinking of you with your tasty cancer
Yeah, yeah,
diagnosis.
sorry, yeah. He's
I mean, for some people, that would be just like the most devastating news. And there's you going, oh, that's pretty tasty.
yeah. Well,
I
it's
think
like,
basically you weren't processing it fully, or were you? Were you just like, oh,
yeah, well, it was is well, it's a case of like, but it's like you put things into perspective. It's like, right, okay, you've got this situation, it's stage 4. That's not good. Right? And then you go like, yeah, but if you do X, Y, and Z, the chances of you coming out the other side and being all right is great. Is there's a great chance, but there's always a negative chance. You go like, okay, that's the way it is. You try and be objective, and then you go like, right, okay, this trip to Tesco's might be my last ever trip to Tesco's. Then you go like, do I really want to go to Tesco's? Oh, they do home deliveries. Right, okay, so you do the mind tricks like that, right? And then you
yeah.
go like,
Well, yeah. I'm just going to share with you because I have sticky blood, right?
all
And I
right,
didn't
okay.
know this, so I take medication for it now. But
Yeah.
one time I was in hospital and I'd had a deep vein thrombosis which had gone to my lungs, and both my lungs were completely covered in clots.
All right.
Right, so they just done a scan, and
Yeah.
I'm lying there in a hospital bed, and the doctor comes in and says to me, right, don't move, breathe very slowly. Both of your lungs are covered in clots, and if one of them moves, it will kill you. We're taking you down now to intensive care so that you're right outside, so that if you die, we can resuscitate you, but don't move. And I looked at my husband like really carefully. And he looked at me like, oh my God, you're about to die. And they're going to try and get you back awake. So I've been there. And it is a scary feeling of like, oh my goodness, I'm about to expire.
Yeah. And then you
It's a weird feeling.
it's really weird. It's really weird. And so, before this, like, so they go like they're measuring your different results, and then I see the specialist when they first see him, he goes like, I go like, oh, so, what's happening? He goes like, oh, well, it's looking like this. And go like, oh, right, oh, fabulous. And he's going like, oh, I've never seen your level of like, not quite enthusiasm, but like your attitude. I wish more people had your attitude, right? So then they go like, so then I see him again after like a year, and he's going like, oh, these are your levels, it was originally there, now it's there, but we want it there. I'm going like, it's there. Oh, so the direction of travel's nice. That's tasty. I'm loving that. Let's go.
It's a weird
Nice
thing,
job.
isn't it?
High fives. Are we doing that? Is it too early for the high fives? I said to his son, are we doing that? So he's going like, I think I did his head in because he's not used to it. It's just like
I think so, but because we've both been placed in that position where you absolutely are faced with your own mortality, it's a weird
yeah,
thought, isn't it? Do you
yeah,
think it
yeah.
makes you happier? Has it made you happier?
No, what do you? Well, it's that figure. It's like, okay, have I put my house in order? So first, that's the thing. Go like, right, okay, right. So it's like, okay, this can help me get out of the washing up. Nice, knowing the dishwasher. Okay, that's good. My wife's been complaining about the way I've loaded the dishwasher for years. It's just like, okay, don't have to bother with that one. This is a fantastic excuse. It's just like, today, just not feeling it today, missus. Just not feeling the loading the dishwasher. That's just like, okay. then there's like, okay, things that events that you don't want to go to. Okay, hey, this cancer stuff, man. Just like, just not feeling it. It's a fantastic excuse. Fantastic. I'm not going to it. So, but then there's the more practical things like, right, okay, have that, have you done a will? But the weird thing is like, when like my son comes around, it's like, well, if you died, like, I'm really gonna miss you. Like leather jacket, I'll keep the leather jacket. Remind me of you and all that kind of thing. And my daughter's going like, that's going, that's going, that's going. Those guitars, they're going. All this stuff. My daughter's an inventory. He's going like, yeah, that's going, that's going, that's going. I said, I'm still here. I'm in the room. I'm in the room. I'm in the room. You can't be doing an inventory and I'm still here. It's kind of like, I never liked that. Never like that. But she's a very practical person. She's like, she invented this thing, which is like the reusable birthday card. So every year she gives me the same birthday card. It's got this split in it to like right to right. And it's
That is amazing.
and then he takes it back. And the next year,
Gives it to you again. I do that with anniversary cards.
It's just like, that's how my daughter is. It's just like my son's like a bit more emotional. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. The thing about him being a doctor as well is like, so you tell him something, just like he knows the real deal. So he's like, oh, I said, don't worry about it, because he's always used to me being strong, right? So he's going like, oh, he's not used to seeing me in a weakened condition. So even though I'm going like, I'll be fine, he's going like, well, you've got this, and this, and as a doctor, I know it could be this, and this.
You might not be fine, maybe.
With other people, because he can have a certain sense of detachment. But I'm his dad, and he's used to me being like, okay, hey, don't mess with his life.
Your dad. You're the man who sorts things out.
My daughter's practical, like, them guitars. I've always wanted a horse. Stuff you have. Sell it off, pricing it up.
Working out her share of your estate.
You know what I mean? So then after the practical stuff, after you do all that stuff, you just go like, right, okay, have I achieved everything I want to achieve? Can I do anything about it now?